Greetings, everybody on YouTube. It is I, the Memphis XLR8, here to show you with another episode of Check This Out. We check out whatever decks we want to take a look at, whatever crazy combos we can get up to, and have ourselves a good old-fashioned time in the better Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator here on EDO Pro. Today, everybody, we're taking a look at the Danger Dark Worlds. I know other Memphis did this for stream a couple weeks ago, but I have changed the deck a little bit. Also, there's a new Dark World card, which, means we're going to be doing an entire video because of a new Dark World card. So we got ourselves a brutal deck that is all about the dangers of the Dark World, swarming the board, making insane boards, and annihilating our opponent's face with the things like our Over Dragon. So, real quick, let's go over the cards in the deck, and then get right into the duels. So far, main deck today, we have 2 copies of Super Ranbo, 2 copies of the Yeti, 1 copy of the Thunderbird, 2 copies of Graph of the Dragon Lord of the Dark World, 3 copies of Nessie, 1 copy each of Silver and Gold, it's Christmas all over again, 3 copies of Danger Mothman, because he's like the best in this deck, let me tell you, 3 copies of Snow for our searching, we have 2 copies of Beige for swarming the board, we have 1 copy of Zephyros the Elite for a spicy little combo we can do once per duel. We have a copy of Chupacube, 3 copies of the new Genta because he's absolutely busted, 3 copies of Brow for more draw power. We have 1 Tsuchinoko and Jackalope because they're amazing as well. Triple Allure because why not draw even more cards? We have the most powerful of cards, the card Destruction. It's at 1 because of this deck. We have Monster Reborn, we have Call of Grave for general stuff, we have 2 copies of Dark World Ascension for fusion plays, we got ourselves 1 copy of Dark World Library, which you can run more of, but I like it at 1. You could run 2 of it if you want, but it gets bricky at that point. You only really need 1 on the board anyway. Triple Gates of Dark World, because it's not a once per turn of solid variety, and it's just amazing more draw power. And lastly, 2 copies of the new Dark World Punishment in order to have a counter trap that warms our hearts. Now, as for our extra deck, we have ourselves 1 copy of Cross Sheep when we make our fusion. We have Masquerena. We have the new news reporter of the Underworld, who is in some way related to the tour guide, I am sure. We have a Nightmare Unicorn to combo with our Masquerena. We have a Blackluster Soldier, because we have a lot of high-level monsters. Appaloosa the Bruiser, because it's an amazing card. We have Underworld Goddess, which is one of the most busted Link monsters of them all. We have Run Duguerres the Timeless, who's just good for extra draw and discard and the things. Baguska as an emergency in case we have just a bricky hand, but we can manage to make 2 level 4s, which is pretty damn easy in this deck. Well, we have it. We have Tornado Dragon for some spell trap removal. We have 1 copy of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon because we have some level 7s. On occasion, we make this dude in order to just screw with our opponent. We have Lancelot, the Dark Knight of the Underworld, a tricky card, but very powerful late game, especially if your opponent's like top decking things. This could be really nasty. We have Hope Harbinger Dragon, which is better rank 8 to go into first. And, stops my opponent's spells, stops them from attacking littler monsters, things like that. And lastly, 2 copies of Graph for the Dragon Overlord, who forces my opponent to discard my cards, activating both effects of our very powerful Dark World monsters. So very nice. As for the side deck, if you want more dangers, go right ahead. You don't really need them as much, but they are available. Mother Bigfoot, Thunderbird, whatever you want. There are things like Pearl the Hermit, which can summon a fiend from hand or grave or whatever, banished. It's pretty powerful. If you are going to run this dude, I would recommend a single, well, you'd have to run multiple copies to make it consistent, but there is this thing called Edo, the Supreme Magic Force. You can summon it to your opponent's board using the Pearl, and this does stop your opponent from summoning or setting monsters while it's on the board. It's a bit too floodgatey for my taste. I'm more trying to negate and or beat my opponent in the face with this deck, so that's why I'm not running this. But you could if you felt like doing so. You also have things like Ceruli, which you can summon to your opponent's field with, again, things like Pearl, things like Ronbo, if it's discarded by your opponent, and it forces your opponent to discard one of your cards. But it gives your opponent free resource, and I don't like the idea of giving my opponent free stuff. You have things like Pot of Avarice to recover, but you don't really recover often in this deck. Usually you win before that needs to be happening. You have another Into the Void if you feel like you just need to draw more cards, but it's really redundant at this point. You have things like Darkworld Puppet if your opponent cares about their graveyard, banish their cards, and discard one of your own card. And another library, like I said, if you feel the need. So, that's the deck list we'll be using today in good old yugioh Pro. Let's just stop talking, head out in yugioh Pro, and have ourselves a good old Dark World time, baby. Alright, here our first opponent. Another day, another card game. And we like to go first with this deck. We can, of course, go second as well. Very much a beatdown deck. We just need to have certain cards in hand, certain plays to go. We have a toolbox, so there are various things we can do. It really just depends, like I say, on the first hand. This opening hand is... it's okay. It's not a great hand, but we'll give it a shot. Let's start with Bigfoot. See where he takes us. Alright, discarding Brow. That's good. We'll get to draw a card, and then Brow will draw us another card. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I need my fusion, though. So, what we're going to do here is activate the Gates of the Dark World. We're going to banish Brow. He's done his job. We don't need him anymore. We're going to discard Rainbow, draw a card, and we've run into Grappa, so I don't need to search Grappa. We're going to search Silva. Now I just need my fusion spell, and then I am just set for days. So, let's see, I still have my normal summon. Let's go ahead for a lure. This deck combos a lot. There's a lot of steps to this, but once the steps go in, oh baby, it's beautiful. So, what do we want to do? I already used Rambo, but I don't really want to banish my Rambo. I'm going to have to banish Beige. I don't want to, but I had to. Alright, we need to do more things. Let's go for Danger Thunderbird. Hope to just... yeah, okay. Discarding Grappa actually is just fine. The fusion spell, you can banish cards from grave to do it. It's not ideal, but you can do it. And let me think here. Let's go for... risk it for a biscuit. We are all holds, but we do not hold back with this deck. We lose Silva, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, I get more stuff, and it's all good. I can just keep going. That's the thing about this. That's the thing about this deck in general. You just keep going. Let's go ahead. Let's go for one more monster. Let's go for Nessie. See where that takes us. Alright, Rainbow. Not bad. I get to search more things. And hey, I've got punishment. That'll do just fine. Let's go ahead and get gold. In case my opponent tries to discard my things, I will be able to deal with that. We've got our punishment, so that's cool. Let's see here. Let's bounce Silva. Bring back our Rainbow. Cool thing about Rainbow and Grappa, you balance your monsters to bring them back to the hand, which is pretty neat. And we are going to go ahead. I still have my normal summon, right? I'm pretty sure I do. Unless I'm mistaken. So we're going to make our Titanic Galaxy. Stop any spells. And... alright, here's what we're going to do. Normal summon. Snow. I don't want to have Snow just used as material, so we're going to bounce Snow. Bring back Grappa. And then we're going to make Appaloosa. We'll have ourselves a nice medium board, I'd say. Higher board includes having our Mega Dragon on the board. We did not draw into it, but I can get into it later, and I got silver and gold, so it'll be good. This is what I would call a medium hand. I got a Summon Stopper that lets me discard a card. I've got a Spell Negate, and I got 4 Monster Negates at most. Probably closer to 2, depending on what my opponent's doing, but I don't really care what he's doing. I've got my board. What have ye? We'll see what he have. Yeah, I would have liked to have stocked on my big dragon, because then, you know, my opponent does something, I can force him to discard the cards in my hand. If you don't know, not every Dark World monster, but like a lot of the older ones, and some of the newer-ish ones, they're discarded by your opponent, for whatever means, then you get extra effects. Like Silva is actually ridiculous if you think about how old this card is. This is one of the original Dark Worlders. If he's discarded by your opponent, they have to take 2 of the cards in their hand and put it back into their deck, which is very brutal. Gold just pops 2 cards, which isn't great, but it's still something. And snow lets me steal a monster from my opponent's graveyard. What is this? Add a plant. Okay, I think that's okay. Plant searcher. Interesting. Which plant search ye? 2,400 or more attack. How many plants have that much attack? Gigaplant? No. Nobody plays Gigaplant anymore. Which sucks, because Gigaplant's awesome. You know what? Fuck you, Modern Game. I'm putting that on my list of decks to play. We'll put Gigaplant plant. Giga plant deck. I got a little list here of all the decks I gotta be playing. Sometimes inspiration hits you. You just gotta like pick something. What does this do? Add a Rika monster. I mean, I can negate the Rika monster effects in his hand. So I'm not that worried about that at the moment. I'd rather save my spell stop for something that's actually like bad for me, good for him. Don't get me wrong. Normally you want to stop a search. But I really don't need to. Not especially. I don't think about, should I play? Nah, I don't want to play Rickers again. Rickers are cool and all, but they're very linear in what they do. It's just plants and tributing your opponent's monsters. Which is cool when you come up with crazy ideas like using Layer of Darkness and DNA Surgery to steal your opponent's monster. But then Rick has got a field spell that does exactly that anyway. So it's not as cool. What can I say? And look at this guy. He was hoping I would negate those spells. He doesn't realize my brain is so big and wrinkly. It is like old man face, my brain. It is so much wrinkles. What in the Lord's name is this? Face up plant. Uh-huh. I mean, it's a rose girl. That's a thing. Let's, negate. I don't trust you, so stay in the hand. Alright, so that's one less monster. I think I can allow that one. Maybe. See, here's the thing. I'm going to let my opponent do some things, negate other things. He'll have no idea what to negate. Plants on the field, this card's on the graveyard, this card's on the... Okay, whatever. Go ahead, get it back. I don't care. You can have your monster, and you can eat it too. Guess what? I'll still stop you. What are you going to do? Benevolon. No. I negate you. And then I discard Snow. It's done by an effect, not a cost. I get my fusion spell. Ooh. Now I can do the fusion. And that's just... Okay, well, he's going to surrender. Because he realized there was nothing he could do. If I summoned my Overdragon, I can turn his first effect into discard my card. I can make him discard Silva. And then he loses 2 cards. There's nothing he could have done. That's the idea of this deck. Swarm the board, go all in every time, hold nothing back, destroy your opponent, or die. That's the game plan today. So, let's go for Duel 2, show off more what this deck can do. That, like I said, was a light start. We can do so much more. So let's go for Duel 2 and do more. Alright, a second opponent, and Ansem found the Land of the Darkness. Those are actually some nice sleeves. Like, it's very simple, but also very powerful. Whoa, drawing into that. Not bad at all. So we'll set the Darkworld Punisher. We do not have a single danger, but we have Genta. He's even better. I'm surprised Konami made this thing. This is not a once per turn search of the gates. This is a once per turn. He gets banished, he comes back, but he's not a once per turn search, which I think is completely insane. So we're gonna banish Genta here. We're gonna discard. Yeah, we'll discard Snow. Got a Grappa, that's pretty beefy. The only issue at the moment is I don't have Silva. And I get a search, but I can't search everything. Do I search another Gates of the Darkworld and just hope to get it? That's a good question. You know what? Yeah, I could search and do the fusion. But it wouldn't be as hard. I want to do harder. You know what? We're just going to go, we'll risk it for a biscuit. Like I said, this is a go all in sort of thing. So we'll discard Bow, get a Rainbow, get another Grappa, okay. That is fine. Not ideal by any means, but... Well, actually, I could make the Daguerres. Let me think about this. If I get to Daguerres... You know what? We'll show off both sides of the deck today. We got going hard, going first, make giant board, and we got a Baguska. Every once in a while, you gotta sit on Baguska. But not for too long, because then it just becomes toxic. No, we're gonna sit on them for a turn. Next turn, well, that's gonna happen first, but, you know, we baited out the Mook of Moon. That was the plan. You see, people think that they're smart with the Book of Moon tech. They don't realize that I was prepared. So what is he going to do? Unexpected Dimension. Flamvulgard. Gem Armadillo. What else are you doing? Oh, it's not going to be Naturia Beast. I was thinking Naturia Beast for like 2 seconds, and I was like, why would he do that? I don't know. So this is some sort of Gem Knight deck. That's cool. Gem Knights are cool, you know? They don't get played half as often, but they are cool. Let's see. Special Summon Anti-Black Garden. He's already normal summoned, and he's already special summoned. Yeah. Go away. And we'll discard Rambo, so I just get more stuff. Alright, so we'll go ahead and add Silva. That way I just grab a Silva in case he discards it for whatever reason. I don't see this guy discarding things. It seems to be one of those... well, it's a Gem Knight deck, obviously. What the hell is this? Scatter Fusion. Fusion Summon Gem Knight. I haven't heard of this one. I haven't not heard of this particular... Is this a new one? I don't know. I haven't seen Gem Knights in so long. I don't know if they have... I knew they had this. I didn't know they had this. This card leaves the field, destroy that monster. Seraphina. Okay, so we're still trying to do some sort of combo of some variety. And he still has a Gem Knight Fusion, so he can, like... hand or field as material. Okay. And my opponent loses connection because he fucked up. Oh, pathetic. To be fair, I'm pretty sure... Well, if he attacked us, I'm pretty sure I'd die. I don't think I'd just switch him to defense. Or maybe I do. Maybe he thinks that, and that's why he gave up. I don't know the answer to these things. I'm just going to say that my opponent was a little too overconfident in his combo plays, and he needs more practice, like what I do. Okay? So, we'll call that a win. We'll do a bonus duel. Let's go for duel number Trey. See what happens, you know? So far, we're showing off bits and titties, but we need more titties. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing in duel number 3. Alrighty, our third opponent of the day. Okay. Listen. Behind the scenes moment here, real quick. This chair I'm sitting in is broken. Yeah, bet y'all didn't know. Ooh, this opening hand though. Yeah. Memphis here owns a broken chair. I'm sitting in a broken chair. Look. There's an armrest here. There is no armrest on this side. Who keeps a broken chair? Who keeps a broken chair? I don't care if it still sits. I need an armrest to rest my arms. Listen. Memphis is a simple person, okay? I'm not saying he's stupid. But it's pretty damn simple and easy to, like, please and shit, okay? So, he needs just a little motivation. He'll get off his ass. So, if you guys can get this channel to 610 subs, he'll get a new chair. I will force him to get a new chair. Okay? That's all it will take. You can do it. You can prevent forest fires, damn it. Let's go ahead. I only need one of these, don't I? I mean, considering... Yeah. Let's activate the card Destruction. Come on, baby. Let the cards get destroyed. Come on. There you go. And then all my stuff will activate. So, Snow will search. Brad will draw me a card. This is... Oh, the love of the Lord Almighty, sweet Jesus Christ in heaven. This is Mr. Rune. I don't like this archetype. It's pretty stupid. So what we're gonna do here, I need to search things. I drew the darkworld library, though, so that's pretty busted. Let me think about this. I need that, but I also need this. Let's get Rambo to draw more things and search more things and do more things. I like that idea. So we'll activate the library. Now the tricky part is that this is Mr. Rune. Mr. Rune is all about like banishing my stuff. I don't know why he hasn't done anything yet. Maybe I need a monster. He's got the stuff where if I had a monster, he could do stuff. That's all he's got. So let's banish Genta here. We'll discard Ranbo. Get Grapha. Alright, so now Genta summons himself. Darkworld Library goes off, and Ranbo will search. Go for a triple! See, he's got something. He's teasing me. Why are you teasing me? How dare you tease me? I am being very forthcoming and forthright about my plays, and you're sitting on a set 3 pass with your damn field barrier. What do you think? What did he even discard other than that? Banish cards from opponent's deck, and then the cards control summon a. Okay. Surprised he didn't set that, but whatever. I don't know. And my opponent loses connection once again. This time, however, because my opponent is trash. Because Mr. Rune is a trash deck that I even would not play. And I play Ojama's Mystic Mind, okay? At least that deck lets your opponent pretend like they're playing. Alright, so, man, there's 2 rage quits in a row. That's a little chintzy, but, you know, the sheer power of this deck will do this a lot. So we got time for one more duel. Y'all deserve one more duel. It's going to be a little longer of a video, but you'll stay for it. You'll watch it. You'll see how it goes. Let's go for one more duel. And hopefully my opponents will grow some balls. Alright, everybody. Here's the end screen. Listen, I know I said I'd do a bonus duel. I had so many people rage quit in a row. I can't do it anymore, okay? I had like 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember how many rage quits in a row. It was like 3. It was like 3 in a row. That's a bit much. It's fine. You know, we got to show up in the first duel what we're trying to do. I'll leave a link to the live stream Memphis did the other week that does this deck a little bit, you know, more as to, well, but you get the idea. It's a very go all in sort of deck. Depending on the hand you get, you either go a small combo or you get a giganto combo. I do have a replay save where I did summon this thing against a Darkworld deck. So, you know, a little bit of a mirror match for the bonus 4th duel. I'll show that off and all that good stuff. But for now, you know, I'm just going to say, Danger Darkworld. It's a very nice deck. You know, it's fairly competitive sort of thing. You know, we don't need to rely too much on negate. We have a couple negates, but it's really not all about the negates on this particular version. It's all about summoning lots of big dudes. And that's what we do. So I hope you all enjoyed. Tune in, stay tuned in for that bonus duel. And next time on the show, I think we're looking at Venoms. I think it's time to look at some Venoms. It's about time for that. Not Bish Balkan this time, but like a slower version, but still Venoms. So see you for that. Your boy Memphis signing out for now. I'm tired. I'm gonna go lay down in my non-existent armrest.